After last week's heinous market sell-off, Bitcoin is finally seeing a bullish bounce. How high could this potentially go? Is getting back above 10,000 a real possibility in my opinion? Let's dive in and analyze. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the action we're seeing inside the chart right now. We're going to look at this from a micro perspective, just this move right here. Then we're also going to zoom out, look at it from a more macro perspective, and then in addition, my friends, to my targets here for this potential bounce, I'm also going to discuss, some targets if this is to fail and drop to the downside. And then I also have a little tidbit here, an extra little bonus for the video, looking at the monthly chart where I am seeing a somewhat hidden pattern forming in here right now. So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up, all right? So we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the 4-hour time frame. Now, looking at this from a micro perspective, for me, Bitcoin has clearly tapped back down to this area of historic price action confluence. Now, if you are subscribed here, you would know on yesterday's stream, I was pointing it out that this white box here for me has seen such a historic area of confluence. There's no other way to say it, where Bitcoin has seen it act as resistance, then flip into support, resistance, support, etc. And now, coming back to this level right now, Bitcoin has found its bounce once again. And not only has it found a bounce, but it found a double bottom bounce here, right? You see it. 1, 2. So for me, that is a classic, inherently micro bullish structure, rounding bottom, double bottom. In fact, if we flip over to the line chart here as well, we could see that we were forming lower highs and lower lows. Bitcoin also broke out of that downward sloping resistance line, right? Coming back up, creating a new high above the prior, also micro, inherently bullish in my opinion. If we flip on our RSI here, we could see, as outlined in yesterday's video as well, that we saw that we were seeing a classic potentially bullish divergence forming within the price action, and then on the RSI, descending lower lows on the price action, ascending higher lows on the RSI, classic bullish divergence. Let's get this crypto. And right now, my friends, the other thing here is that the traditional global equities markets took an absolutely catastrophic decline last week, and the futures chart on those earlier today looked like they could be promising, in my opinion, for a bounce. Whether that's going to be a short-lived dead cat bounce type of rally, a failed reaction rally before further turmoil, that is yet to be seen. But what I saw early this morning was there was potential for the global equities markets to see a potential bounce as well. Mix that all into the pot here with the fact that Bitcoin came up on this historic level of price resistance / support where it could find a bounce. Then it was looking to potentially break this downward sloping resistance, and it was seeing a classic bullish divergence here on the RSI on the 4-hour. You already know that Don Carbanaccio was looking to strike like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto. And my friends, I did wind up entering a long position earlier today at 8,655. You guys can see the additional insights on my setup. By the way, this was my VIP alert. If you are not already in VIP, I post all of my real-time trade setup ideas and alerts for you in there. Let's get this crypto. So this was my VIP post right here. Additional insights into why I went long on BTC USD at 8,655. 1, that bullish divergence. 2, the historic price action support range. That's the white box that I have outlined. And 3, the potential of the global equities markets looking for a potential bounce. Again, whether that's a dead cat bounce, short-lived relief rally before continued downside action, that we have to wait and see. But right now, for me, the fact is that Bitcoin, all of last week, did follow the equities, right? It really was everything, ladies and gentlemen. Everything really went down. Gold, silver, other commodities, equity, the whole market, right, went down. So Bitcoin followed that action all of last week. So mix that all together with the technical analysis here. To me, it seemed like a win-win, and right now it is playing out. And since that position has been opened for me there, I have since moved my stop loss to break even at 8,655. So really right now, I've mitigated all, or if not all, most of my risk there by placing my stop loss back at break even. And now we can discuss further. As you guys know, I am now long from essentially the bottom right here, right now. Let's get this crypto. So moving along into the targets here, I do think there is validity that this area we're seeing resistance at right now around 8,900. I think there is validity for this to potentially be the top. Again, that's why I've mitigated my risk here, right? And the reason for this is just simply put, ladies and gentlemen, that we've seen over here. We'll flip this red because it's more so of a resistance box, right? This area here for me, we've just seen some historic price action confluence in here. There's really not much more to it than that for me, right? And if we use our Fibonacci extension tool, let's actually see if there's a target in here. I didn't pull up this very specific area. Yep, so we do have, roughly in here, ladies and gentlemen, the 0.382 is right in that box, and then the 0.5 coincides there as well. So right around 9,200, I do see potential that could be the spot where this reverses, or where we are right now, around 9,000. There is that confluence there. But above all else, my friends, if we look at the bigger move, right, let's drag this up to the top here, right? We look at the bigger move. Well, we don't see that resistance on the Fibonacci extension targets at the 0.382 until the underbellies of these candles here, the top of the box, which I like. And to be quite honest with you, the 0.382 really isn't where I'm looking for, the potential rejection of the trend, right? If this is going to be a nice, healthy bounce before a rejection and continue the bearish trend, my friends, you should all know by now that Don Carbanaccio is looking for those honey holes. And where do those honey holes, in my opinion, where are they? Right in between the 0.5 and the 0.618 Fibonacci. That's either on the extension or the retracement. In this very specific scenario I'm showing you now, this is on the retracement. And we should all know Bitcoin on its way down found it right on the tip of the honey hole, ladies and gentlemen. The 0.5 retracement on the way down. That is where Bitcoin has currently found a local bottom. Okay? Now, what I'm looking at here is that these fall at roughly the 0.5, 94.56, the 0.618 around 9,700. And now look at where this is, my friends. Look at all of the historic price action confluence of the trend all within here, my friends. Fast forward, we see the rejection in here as well. Fast forward, more support, failure, my friends. This honey hole here is within this red box up at the top there, and I'm actually going to put in a target box for myself there. Of course, this target does not have to play out, my friends. This is just looking at the potential Fibonacci targets here of the not the measured move, the potential extension targets from this swing top, swing high to the swing low, and then potentially to get up to the 0.618 or between the 0.5 and the 0.618 of this move before potential further downside action. And that would actually be a pretty bearish confirmation. Just seeing it rise back up just in and of itself to this area of historic support to then flip to resistance and crash back down would be bearish. But it would be quite normal there, as well as we could see that that would be a normal extension to get to, considering the 0.618 and the zero point 0.5 fib, in my opinion. Let's get this crypto. Okay, so that's a little bit more of a overall in-depth look at this very specific area here, right? And we could see that when we look at this, I mean, this trend to me certainly appears downward right now, my friends. This upward trajectory is just broken. It's just broken. Whether we continue to go up or not from here long term, I mean, it has nothing to do with this movement here now. Let me get this. This movement here, this pattern, is broken to me, right? The parabolic staircase where we were creating new higher highs and building support on top of old resistance, that's gone, right? This would have needed to happen right here for this to continue, in my opinion, right? We would have needed to see this pattern continue like this and continue higher, right? And we did not get that. So for me right now, this is broken. And when things break, it's very possible that the exact opposite can happen, right? And we could begin to see now where this is the old support, right? Then old support turns into new resistance, and you could potentially begin to staircase downward looking at the same thing, right? Let's get this crypto. Just pointing it out that that is certainly a real possibility, in my opinion, at this point in time. We saw it on the way up over here, and now it's possible we could see it on the way down over here. Let's get this crypto. So, that's a micro look. And like I told you guys, I am long right now. If you guys do want to see all of my trade setup ideas in real time, such as the one that I just showed you earlier with my in-depth insights, ideas, everything like that, that is what you get from me in VIP. So if you're not already in my VIP, I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. And before we move on now, I want to go over to the monthly chart as well. We'll look at some moving averages and all. I just want to reiterate, I showed you guys this on yesterday's stream. I was short before this move to the downside, right? I showed you guys this, another VIP alert back from several weeks ago now at this point, or a week and a half ago. I took a short right there, February 22nd, laddered. My average entry wound up being 9,976, and then I wound up taking profits when the trend looked like it could start to have a bullish bottom, right? You guys see all of that there, and that's basically the recap of my position there. So I wound up getting out all the way down, in the mid 88,000s, okay? And I switched then to long today, right? So the thing with these markets, ladies and gentlemen, is you have a lot of people that are just degenerate hodlers, right? That don't want to, look at anything besides moon, Lambo. My friend, it's not about hoping and praying. That's not what this channel is, right? I think people get very confused. They're looking to add this channel into their echo chamber of degenerates who just want to preach, one day Bitcoin will be 100,000, a million, a trillion a coin. The economy's collapsing, Kirby. Fiat currency, Kirby. My friend, there's plenty of channels for you to go and add to your echo chamber that will preach that to you. This is not at all what you get here. For me, it's all about trading. The ups, the downs, the in-betweens. Don Carbonaccio is looking to potentially crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. And that is what you get from me here day in and day out, looking for the swings, the ins and the outs. Let's get this crypto. Hodling degenerately. Sheesh. Okay, so now that we've looked at this, my friends, for me here as well, what I want to show you, let's quickly pull up the daily RSI here as well. We are seeing a bounce at this level. I just want to make it clear that we still are on a higher low trajectory on the RSI as well here, long term, which is very interesting, right? I was pointing out that Bitcoin, on yesterday's stream, I was pointing out that Bitcoin has loved to tap into oversold before then bouncing again. But right now, there is a weird development here, right? Where Bitcoin, even though the trend has been down like this, right? There was technically a bullish divergence on the daily this whole time, right? And it has essentially led to this point where we are now. And it's possible that if this higher low trajectory continues, that the RSI here could be at the bottom as well. We'll have to wait and see. Like I said, we are potentially at the resistance right now. That is why I've set my stop loss at break even. If we drop down, I'll get out. But if we get up, the targets could be potentially very juicy, in my opinion, right? Let's get this crypto from here. I mean, juicy, juicy, juicy. So I am looking for more opportunities, by the way. So I will be posting all of my trade setup ideas for you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. So now let's go to let's look at the moving averages first. I almost forgot. And then I'm going to bring you over to the monthly chart where I'm seeing a hidden potential pattern, okay? So let's look at the daily here. I want you guys to understand that we basically retraced, let me get this off of here for now, the 21. Okay, so this is the 50 and the 200-day moving averages, right? We did have that golden cross. It wasn't a perfect golden cross, but it was good enough. And basically, my friends, retracing into these is quite normal. And you guys would know this from back when the cross happened and Bitcoin was all the way up there, right? Closer to 10,000. I was stating that a pullback into this cross here would be quite normal before then potential continued upside action. And basically that's where we are at right now. Sure, we traded below the 200-day, but it was very brief. We are back between these right now. We're going to have to see how this develops, but this still does look quite healthy to me, right? All of this can change. It's just my own opinion, but right now I think it's normal. I was saying it would be normal if it happened up here, and it's happened here. So the fact that we've dumped, now my decisions or my thoughts on this don't go out the window, right? That's how a degenerate thinks. He has one opinion up here, and then after the price dumps, they go crazy and lose all of their rationale, right? Not the Don. The Don doesn't go crazy here. The Don sees that, okay, the dump was here. I caught the short down. Now we have retraced into a potential bounce zone, potential healthy longer term bounce zone. And we are seeing that this still could potentially be healthy, although we are under some key critical resistance. Let's get this crypto. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. Also, keep in mind on the weekly, we are trading right now above the 50, but let me flip the 21 back on. The 50 and the 21 are showing some potential support here for Bitcoin right now as well. And we should all know that the 21-week moving average has just been so critical in looking at the macro trend of Bitcoin. Trading full candle bodies on the weekly time frame above the 21-week moving average has been very bullish for Bitcoin historically. Trading below it has been very bearish historically. Of course, past performance does not indicate future results, but right now we are seeing that confluence, right? 0.5 fib retracement, white box of historic support, trading right on top right now of that 21-week moving average. Things look all right, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. That can all change in the snap of a finger, the blink of an eye. But for right now, things look all right from a bullish perspective, in my opinion. Let's get this crypto. So now let's go over to the monthly. Now, here is the little bonus, okay? But before we get into the bonus, if you could, ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying this content, smack a thumbs up. Click the subscribe, and when it asks you all, none, or personalized, click subscribe, tick the little bell, and hit all, okay? That I only upload once per day at most. I want you to get all of these videos when they come out in a timely fashion. So my friends, I hope you appreciate this content. Smack a thumbs up, leave a comment, say anything. Let's get this crypto. Thank you, Kirby. Oh, Kirby, anything you want to say, all right? So now, let's get into the bonus. We're on the monthly chart here. I'm going to switch it over into the line chart. And my friends, I'm going to leave you with this, and I'm going to look at this more in depth in the next video. But I'm going to leave you with this little pattern here, known as the potential inverse head and shoulders. And my friends, for me right here, right now, on a monthly scale, with all of that other potential bullish confluence coming into play here, when we look at this, my friends, this to me looks like a potential classic looking inverse head and shoulders, which if broken above could be one of the most long-term bullish looking patterns I've seen on Bitcoin in a very, very long time. This is the monthly chart. This is very long-term data. Looking at this from this perspective, my friends, this could get juicy as this trend develops. Let's get this crypto. I will cover this more in depth in the next one. My friends, that is going to wrap it up here. I'll see you all in VIP right now as I look to get very aggressive with my next trade setups right here. I will keep you all up to date with all of my ideas, strategies, entries, exits, targets, etc. all exclusively for you in VIP. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.